Let's go! Let's go! How's the... Whoa. Yo. It's the 1-year anniversary of Nintendo Switch. Let's go! You know I actually paid $60 for this shit? I think it was 60. It may actually be more. Let's just get to the point. What's up, YouTube? It is RaDuhKewl here today, sporting my Rick and Morty merch, the Celtics hat, the glasses, in the room, natural lighting. It is the 1-year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch. It came out on March 3rd. That's right. It came out on March 3rd, 2017, and I'm just hyped. I love Nintendo. As you can tell with my Mega Tokyo Pikachu straight from Japan. My Squirtle plushie. I've actually got one more. Right here. Got a little Lugia Pikachu. I love Nintendo. I love Pokemon. Oh, and also that little drum. My aunt gave me this from Aruba. Let's go. A couple years ago, so... just cool little props. But anyways, let's dive into today's video. 1 year of Nintendo Switch. I love this console. I love it. You can take it on the go. Play it on dock mode. So, today, I thought we would do a big video all about Nintendo Switch. Where first, I'm going to do a what's on my Nintendo Switch little reveal. And then later on in the video, I'm going to do some predictions for the rumored Nintendo Direct that was supposed to come out in February. That may drop today, actually, hopefully. Or just stuff that they may reveal at E3. I'm going to give maybe 5 predictions that are already heavily rumored. And then 1 or 2 just my personal hopes. And stuff that people haven't talked about that I'm going to say, hey,
it's going to be on the Switch.
So let's dive right in. First things first, if you do not care what's on my Nintendo Switch, skip ahead. I will put the time somewhere down below in a graphic where to skip to if you just want to see my predictions and hopes. So let's dive right into what is on my Nintendo Switch. Yo, so just one little quick fun fact. I actually haven't even owned my Nintendo Switch for a full year. I actually bought it on April 9th. I camped in front of a Toys R Us for like 3 hours just to get one of these things, and I was so frustrated because I got there at like 5 a.m. They didn't open until 8 or 9, and people were showing up as they opened, and they got some Switches. So it's kind of a waste of time, but look, either way, I got a Switch. Just a little fun fact that it's not till April 9th actually that I will have owned this for a full year. But let's dive right into my Nintendo Switch collection. So I actually kind of keep everything in the box. Why, I don't really know, but it's just a nice little collection. I still got the Joy-Con grip, of course. I never really use it because I actually have the Pro Controller. I put a little grip on it, feels great. It's almost like little joystick grips, as well as it's like silicone almost. It feels very soft, jelly, and it gives you a good grip on the controller. So I don't really use the grip. I still have these other little slide-on Joy-Con grips for when you're playing like this, but I haven't used these either. It's really a lot of accessories that are just going to waste, to be honest. I got a little... what else I got in this box? I got a little Nintendo Switch cloth to wipe down the screen. I have a Zelda one I'll show you in my case that I use a lot more. And then I guess we will go through my physical game cartridges first. So as for what's on my Nintendo Switch, this is my physical collection. Oh my god. Obviously it's not as big as some YouTubers. Like if you go look at 8-Bit Eric, I believe RGT85 is a pretty big collection. I know Beat 'em Up Woods has a huge collection, but I've got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, and then Payday 2 comes out on Tuesday. Oh, nope. And then I'll be adding Payday 2 really shortly to this collection. Yo, just a quick update. So I actually just picked up Payday 2 Pretty hyped to start it out, but can I just ask one question? What is that inside cover art? It's not even present. So let's just go through them. Obviously, you got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Very nice cover art. Open that up for you. Boom. The first Switch game I ever bought. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Cool little game. That's really, I only play that multiplayer. I know you can grind for Gold Mario, but I ain't about that life. I've got ARMS. This is probably the one game that I played the least of on physical, just because once you play it, you kind of get sick of it really quick. But it's a good game overall. Splatoon 2, probably my best multiplayer game. It's very fun. It's just, like I said, multiplayer games, I usually don't play by myself. I need friends. I need friends. Pokken Tournament Deluxe. Now, this is a fun party game for sure. Look at that Mewtwo on the inside. That's sick. What else we got here? We got Super Mario Odyssey. I would say it's my favorite game on Switch, but I think I'd be lying. I like Breath of the Wild just a bit more. But I love collecting the outfits. Great game. You got Jump Up Superstar lyrics on the inside cover. We got Fire Emblem Warriors. Probably the one game I've dug into the least. Just because it's just a hack and slash, and I'm debating on whether or not I want Hyrule Warriors, just because it's literally the same thing, but with the Zelda characters. I bought Doom. I basically got this for free because I had stored up so many gift cards, and I was like, should I get Doom? I got it. It runs pretty well on Switch. There's a lot of problems when you're trying to play multiplayer, for sure. I'm trying to play with my friends, obviously, and then they just won't connect. It's kind of annoying, but runs great. Very good multiplayer game. And then, of course, Bayonetta 2, the game that I've talked about that I really have to dive into. Interchangeable cover. You can make a Bayonetta 1. All you do is grab right in here, slide it out. Bayonetta 1 cover. But hopefully if I grab an Elgato capture card, I can show you guys and do a little walkthrough of that. Let me just slide this all back. So that is everything in my box. I kept the original receipt from when I got the Switch, all my physical game cartridges. And I mean, hey, it is a cool box. You got a lot of cool art on it. So I don't know why I would ever throw it away. Nintendo logo. So that is what is in the box. So I have the Breath of the Wild, I guess you call it the traveling case. I don't remember the exact name. It's really cool, as you can see. Got Link on the cover. It says Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Master Sword through the Z. And then you open this baby up. Oh, actually, two. I'll show you this. The little zipper. It's the gold. I forget what you call that, but it's just a little cool keychain. Not sure if you can see that with the glare. There you go. It's a cool little zipper, and then you get this little strap, so you can use it to hang, do whatever you want with it. Open this baby up, and boom, this is what you got. This is my collection. I do have the hybrid case just kind of sitting here. It's pretty cool when you want to use it for like a stand. A little Velcro backing. It's a little complex looking with this, but the hybrid case is pretty cool. I would recommend it if you're definitely playing a lot. Standing up, taking out the Joy-Cons, stuff like that. But usually whenever I'm playing a handheld, I honestly take the hybrid case off just because it's got that annoying flap and it's just not very comfortable. Of course, all the physical games I've shown before in order should be Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Pokken Tournament. This is where Mario Odyssey is. I got that in my Switch right now, actually. Fire Emblem Warriors, Doom, and then Bayonetta 2. This is the other cloth I got, I think, when I purchased this travel case. It's pretty cool. Just black. You got the little Zelda logo on the bottom. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's the Yu Clan. I think it's just the Sheikah Slate logo or something along those lines. And then the only other thing in here is just the micro SD adapter or card reader. I think I have a 128 gig, so still got plenty of space on that for digital games and save data. And so that's everything in my case. Now I guess it's time to go through what's actually on my Switch. So this is my Switch. I put it in basic white for the theme just because it's easier for the glare, but usually I got it with the basic dark theme. Let's actually see if there is real glare with it. Yeah, that's pretty glary. So you're going to use the white when you're recording. But usually I use basic black, I think that's what it's called. And then let's go through my games. So I'm actually at the point where I have to go to all software. I've got ARMS, Pokken Tournament, NBA Playgrounds. If I could return any game on my Switch, it would be NBA Playgrounds. It's not that it's terrible, it's just, I don't know, like, it's not fun. Fast RMX, that was one of the 3 games I bought on the day that I got my Switch. Sorry, I just got a really shaky hand right now. Fire Emblem Warriors, Mighty Gumbo Burst. I haven't played too much of that, but I'm definitely going to try to get back into it. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Celeste. That's a really fun game. I would definitely recommend trying it out if you haven't already. Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta. I gotta definitely get through these 2 games. Splatoon 2, Shovel Knight is one of the other 3 games that I got on release. I got Shovel Knight, Breath of the Wild, and Fast RMX on the day I got my Switch. Doom and Super Mario Odyssey. I've got 2 accounts. I've got my main, and then I've got my Japanese one just to get those Japanese demos. I don't know if I really got anything else on my Switch, to be honest. I got a few screenshots, like when I started Breath of the Wild on April 13th. The loading screen. Oh, there you go. I was going to say, I thought you could just scroll through. So the loading screen from Breath of the Wild when you first start up the game. Mario Odyssey when you're on the moon about to enter the wedding. Celeste, that looks pretty bad right there. There you go. Celeste Mountain. Oh, I actually mounted the Lord of the Mountain in Breath of the Wild. That was pretty cool, so I had to take a couple screenshots. This is what one of the, what do you call it, outpost people say to you when you try to register the Lord of the Mountain. Just a picture of the hint art in Mario Odyssey, and that is all I've got there. So yeah, that's pretty much what is on my Switch. I'm currently trying to get through the Mario Odyssey. I'm collecting all the costumes, stuff like that, because obviously Balloon Walk came out. So, as you can see, this is just not an efficient way to record my Switch. My hand is like shaking crazy. You can hardly really see my Switch. So I'm really hoping to get that Elgato capture card and be able to show you guys my gameplay. And of course, maybe I will click here and show you my friend code. But that is for another day. So I have basically shown you my entire Nintendo Switch collection. Past Nintendo Switch, I am a pretty big Nintendo fan. I've always kind of been, my main fandom has always been with PlayStation. I've got the PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 literally right under me, sitting under my bed. I can show those off in a video one day. But as for other Nintendo consoles, I think my first ever personal console, aside from the original PlayStation, which I kind of shared with my dad and my little brother, was the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. I'm not sure if I still got that. I really hope I do, because that's such like a collector's item for me and something I definitely hope I still kept. I have, actually, maybe I had the DS Lite, I think it was called. It didn't have the camera, and I was pretty bummed about that. It wasn't the DSi. And then I got the new, not the new, but the 3DS XL, where I've been playing the new Pokemon games, stuff like that. But for the main part, I'm strictly PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. So, if you have gotten through my Nintendo collection, it is now time to go through my hopeful Nintendo Direct / E3, basically just upcoming Nintendo Switch games, hopes, and predictions. So if there is a Nintendo Switch that drops later today, or if there isn't, if it goes to E3, I'm going to give 5 bold predictions, which everyone's already been talking about. And then let's go 2 predictions for games that have not even been mentioned in Switch, but just ideas that I'm thinking they have a chance of getting over there. So number 1, one of the most obvious predictions is Super Smash Bros. I'm hearing tons of rumors that they're probably going to morph together the Wii U version and the Nintendo Switch version and make a definitive edition, kind of like they have done for Mario Kart, and I believe they're doing for, is it Hyrule Warriors? I don't know. One of the games doing that. Maybe it's Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I don't know. But basically, you'll have all the characters from the 3DS version, all the characters from the Wii U version, add on some more characters, and make this the version of Super Smash Bros. To earn. I've heard they may be doing 2 versions where you get a port and then just a completely new Super Smash Bros. I don't know. All I know is that if there's a direct that drops today, or if they're saving this for E3, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the big game for... sorry. If this is the big game for December, or possibly even the summer, just because after, I think, Mario Tennis Aces, which is like a spring-ish release, there's really no big games coming out for the rest of the year. And by, like, February of last year, we already knew about Super Mario Odyssey, which came out in December. So there's gonna be some big Nintendo Switch holiday release. They just haven't released it yet. So my number 1 prediction is Super Smash Bros. I feel like that's a given at this point. What kind of Super Smash Bros. It is, I personally hope it's the definitive edition with the combinations. But even if they made 2 versions, which is just a port of one old version, and made a completely new one, I would be completely down for that as well. Number 2 would be a new Animal Crossing game. Now, some people do not like Animal Crossing. It's pretty much like Stardew Valley, but in like 3D. Basically, I've only played New Leaf on the 3DS, so I don't know about the old ones, but of course I've seen gameplay on them. But it's really fun, honestly. I dug into New Leaf knowing no idea what Animal Crossing even was. I'm just like, oh, look, a new game. It's pretty popular. I'm going to try it out. So I dove right in, and I loved it. I played it straight for like 2 months. I was trying to build my village. I was meeting up with friends. I was fishing, doing everything there was, collecting all the outfits. And you really get into it. It's a very simple game. It's not like it's hard or difficult. It is pretty difficult to like gain money and stuff like that, but it's a good game overall. So I don't know any details on Animal Crossing. All I know is that it's being heavily rumored. I'm not sure if that would be a release for this year, but definitely before holiday of 2019, I would say, for Animal Crossing. And if there is a direct later today, I definitely think we could at least get some type of launch trailer or announcement, kind of like they did for my next game, Metroid Prime 4. But I'm pulling up the 3 because it's number 3 on my list. So Metroid Prime 4 basically just had a announcement trailer where it just went Metroid Prime 4. And that's it. That's all we got. We haven't gotten any gameplay. We don't even know if Samus will be the main character. I mean, of course, she probably will be. That's right. It says she, for those who don't know. But, like, we just know no details about Metroid Prime 4. That also has a pretty good chance of being the December release for Switch this year. If that happens, maybe Smash should be summer. That would be great. But yeah, I've actually also never played a Metroid game. I know you guys are probably going to be yelling at me for that, but I've never played Metroid. So I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4, and I would dive right in. And then, like I said with the Animal Crossing, I feel like at least if you pop up like a title, Animal Crossing, and then whatever the new game's going to be, New Leaf, Old Leaf, Brown Leaf, Green Leaf, I don't know. But that would be cool. So those are my 3 top predictions. Super Smash Bros., Animal Crossing, and Metroid Prime 4. Number 4 is another big one that everyone has been talking about. And if you watch the beginning of this video, you know I love this franchise. A new Pokemon game. Now, I'm not talking about Pokken Tournament. I'm not talking about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Ranger. I'm talking about a mainline Pokemon game. It was already announced, by the creator of Pokemon, or maybe it's the Nintendo president. I don't know. I just saw we are in the process of developing a new main core Pokemon RPG game. There's been a lot of rumors. Will it be just the standard Pokemon game with better graphics on the Switch? Will it just be a Pokemon game? Will it be a brand new open world RPG where you basically go and catch Pokemon, but the gameplay is like Pokken Tournament? That would be amazing, but I feel like it's just too early to give us something like that. No matter what Pokemon does, even if everyone knows it's going to be crappy, I'm still going to buy it. I played Ultra Sun and Moon, and like basically it's the same game as Sun. I played Sun and then I bought Ultra Sun, and I felt like I was playing the exact same game until you get to the end when you can battle the all the bad guys from all the past games. So that I was kind of like, wow, that wasn't worth it. But it's Pokemon, so I'm gonna play it. I need some water. But yeah. I definitely see a Pokemon game coming out for the Switch. It was already announced, so it's gonna come out eventually. Whether that will be the big holiday game release for this year, I don't know. I sure hope it would, and honestly, I would probably take Pokemon over Metroid Prime 4. That's just me personally. But I don't know. I feel like if it was the big holiday release for this year, we probably would have known already. So I wouldn't be surprised if, sadly, they pushed it back till 2019. Hopefully not holiday of 2019, because that is just forever away to wait for a new Pokemon game. I don't think they're going to release another Pokemon game on the 3DS. I don't see any point, since you just released Ultra Sun and Moon back in like November or October of last year. But if there is a direct or their big E3 announcement, I definitely see them at least giving us a few more details on the new Pokemon game. Rumored to come for Nintendo Switch. Now, for the fifth and final game that I think will be either the Direct or E3 announcement. I mean, we've pretty much gone through the big four in Smash, Animal Crossing, Metroid Prime 4, and Pokemon. And although there's so many options, obviously there's supposed to be a new Fire Emblem game coming out. I'm very excited for that. I'll definitely hit that up. But I think I'm going to go with GTA 5 as my fifth, very fittingly. Big, pretty much, I wouldn't say this one's very known, but it's been very well talked about for coming to the Switch. Now, this hasn't been confirmed by anyone, but it kind of just makes sense. The game's so old, and considering you've already put games like Doom and Wolfenstein 2 is coming to the Switch, I feel like it makes sense for GTA 5 to come to the Switch. I don't know how the servers would hold up. I'm sure it would be fine, just because so many people have it already on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe GTA 5, which is probably one of the top-selling games, if not the top-selling games of all time, it probably would sell great on the Switch. I honestly would buy it, even though I have it on PlayStation, but it's GTA 5. Like, it's just one of those top games that probably will never be overthrown in top games of all time. I know that's kind of like a very weak way to end the top 5, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like there's definitely going to be a Grand Theft Auto on the Switch eventually. So now we will get into two games that I think, or at least hope, are coming to the Switch. I've been through all the big ones, Pokemon, Animal Crossing. I so desperately want those games to come to Switch. But I'm going to take a swing in the dark and go at this first game and say I think there will be some type of God of War game on the Switch. Now, you already have Bayonetta, I know, but just think, God of War 4 is coming out on PlayStation. And Sony and Nintendo have proven to be pretty good partners. I mean, they are both Japanese-based companies, I'm fairly certain. Yeah, they are. Microsoft, of course, is American, so they're kind of staying away from Microsoft. But I could picture maybe God of War 3 or like a little trilogy, kind of like they did with Bayonetta. and put like the first 3 God of Wars on Switch, I think that would sell. I would buy that immediately. I love the original God of Wars, and I actually do plan on doing God of War 3 as one of my Throwback Thursday videos. Likely the week that God of War 4 is coming out, just to make it make sense. I'm going to make my channel all about God of War when that game comes out. But at the very least, I could picture God of War, the original God of War coming to Switch, just like they're porting Dark Souls to the Switch. It would make sense. I know people aren't asking for that right now, but just with the timetable and with God of War 4 scheduled to come out literally in, what, a month or two, April 20th, I could see original God of War slipping onto the Switch, and people will get hype, I feel. As for my second prediction, I would have to say Call of Duty has been heavily rumored, but I'm going to go with the opposite bandwagon and say Fortnite. Psych, I'm not talking about any of those crappy games. I'm talking about Cuphead. I want to see Cuphead come to the Nintendo Switch. Now, I know when I was talking about God of War, I know I said Microsoft and Nintendo are not great partners. But honestly, I could see Cuphead coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is one of those games that, as someone who does not have an Xbox and has a MacBook for my gaming PC, that's one of the only games that is on Xbox that I so desperately want to play. I want to play Cuphead. Please put Cuphead on the Nintendo Switch. It makes sense. The graphics would fit on it. And put Cuphead on the Switch, okay? Look, I'm just going to let you know, that actually came right out of my head on the spot. I was actually about to go talk about Fortnite. But then Cuphead popped in, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta talk about Cuphead. But I was talking about that to my friends like a month or two ago. I was like, Cuphead just makes sense to come to the Switch. It's not like you're porting something as beautiful as Horizon Zero Dawn. You're porting Cuphead. So, those are my 2 bold hopes and possibly even predictions for other games that may be announced for the Switch or come. Thank you for watching this video. I so hope that there is a Nintendo Direct today on March 3rd, because it makes sense. You gotta do something big for the 1 year anniversary of Nintendo Switch. I hope you enjoyed seeing my Nintendo collection. One day I can go through my 3DS if you really want. I just don't touch that thing anymore. It's like a dinosaur to me. And I'll always update and make more Switch videos showing all the new stuff I add on to my Switch. I'm gonna get Kirby Star Allies when that comes out in March, and as I've said 50 billion times, I really hope to be getting an Elgato capture card soon so I can post gameplay videos of the Switch. And thank you for watching. Comment down below any thoughts you have, if you agree, disagree, have any other games that you desperately want to come to Switch. If you have any news on the Direct, that would be lit too, because I was thinking it was coming out like middle of February, and in class I would just keep searching Nintendo Direct, refreshing, and nothing came out. I don't know, I mean, just think, you got Dark Souls and you got Mario Tennis Aces that are like May/June, so I mean, where's the rest of the games for this year? There's going to be something. At the very least, we'll get word at E3, which is in June or July. I can never remember. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my collection. I hope you enjoyed my predictions, as well as those 2 games, the early God of Wars and Cuphead, as for my predictions of games that should and hopefully will come to Nintendo Switch. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment, follow me on my social media, Twitter at MTC58, Instagram at RaDuhKewl, and I will see you in the next video. Stay radical. Peace out. Goodbye.